I don't ever watch Kitchen Nightmares, but like I've been seeing, I'm an AOL guy, so I'm on HuffPost almost every day. So I've been seeing this Amy's Baking Company story. Did you see this?
I haven't seen this one yet.
I've been out of this. What exactly is this about?
You see it? It is, dude. It is some of the most entertaining, mind-bending television I've ever seen. The only problem with it is it's only one. Like they only went to these people once.
Oh shit!
These people are so fascinating to watch. There's this couple, married couple, an older guy, and this lady named Amy. They got this restaurant in Scottsdale, Arizona. And you know, I guess the premise of this show is like, we're having problems in our restaurant. We need Chef Ramsay to come fucking make us decent human beings.
Yeah.
So he comes in and he observes, has some of their food, and the model of the show, I guess. And then, you know, he tells them what they're doing wrong, and he stays until they improve, and then he leaves. So he came to do that on this show, man. And the people that he came to work with, this chick Amy is just, it comes across, at least in the show, who knows what she's like in real life, fucking batshit.
Really?
They got this situation where he's her husband, I guess, is the guy that's seating everybody, bringing orders. They have waitresses, but they pay him a salary and they don't let him take the tips. He keeps the tips.
Fuck.
The manager. And first, that's Ramsey hears about this. He's like, "You keep the tips," and he's just like, "Yes, but I am the one doing all of the running and stuff." He's like, "If I told your customers that you kept the tips," and then finally busts out. He's like, "This man keeps the tips," and people are like, "What a piece of shit." She makes desserts. Apparently, the desserts look real good and whatnot. And but their food, apparently, people have been complaining about it they've been open 6 years.
Oh fuck!
But nobody's allowed to tell her. So, like, when food comes back to the kitchen, if somebody's like, "This isn't done right," they just throw it out. They show them getting into fights with the clientele, like people being like, "I don't like this." He's like, "Then, ma'am, you could get the hell out," like a soup Nazi kind of thing. So they ask him, they're like, "Come help us do better." And so he stays with them for a day. He has their food. He eats like 4 of her dishes, and each one is worse than the next. Like uncooked. He gets a pizza and it's raw in the middle. And later, and this chick, dude, I swear to you, just pull.
Oh my God, she looks like a lunatic.
Oh wow.
She will not be wrong. Like, I learned something watching this. Like, as I watched this episode, I suddenly looked back and at like the period where I was like, "Motherfucker critic. Nobody could criticize me," because I fear that I sound like this woman. Like, it was an eye-opener where I was like, because this chick, you cannot tell her that she's done wrong. Like, it's not her fault. It's everyone else's fucking fault. And it's 45 minutes of bliss, this episode. And at the end of it, I mean, spoilers, he gets up and he's like, I've never done this before, but I'm leaving. Like,
wow, he fucking bailed.
They break him. Like, this chick is maddening.
That's why the show's so good, though, because the whole 45-minute show is just the bad part. There's no, like, turnaround. It's just the fun part.
That's great. Yeah, no, like, well, we finally got it.
It's all train wreck.
Yes, the whole, as you're watching it count down, you're like, 45 minutes, there's like 2 minutes left. Will there be any redemption? None.
A part two? Something?
He walks out and he's just like, he talks to camera. He's like, "I can't do it. Like, I've never done this before." He gets in his car, he fucking takes off.
Wankers.
And then I heard her Facebook page took off.
Yeah, the reason they were crazy was because she was upset because the whole thing started with Yelpers saying that the restaurant was not good, and then she started going after people on Yelp, and so then the internet had a field day. That was before the show.
Wow.
When he gets there, she's like, "These haters on the internet," and he's like, "What are you talking about? It's a restaurant." She's obsessed with people on Yelp who like, the food's not that good, and then she's like, "They're liars. They're flat out liars." And he's like, "Well, we'll deal with that later on. Let's just get right to the food." So then later on, when he's sitting down and telling her like what's wrong, she's like, "You're a hater. You're part of these haters and these people online." So after this episode aired,
he's touching pizza dough, and he's like, "This pizza dough is raw." And she goes, "I want you to know, when I took it out of the oven, it was crispy, and I cut it. It was not raw."
But how does it get raw?
And he's like,
touching it.
He's like, "I don't know what to tell you, but I ate it, and it's raw." And she's like, "Well, I cooked it the way it's supposed to be cooked, and people love that pizza. I've never had a complaint about that pizza." But I guess after the episode aired, a lot of people went to their Facebook page and were like, "You fuckers are morons." And that just lit up World War III, because that just fed into her whole, like, the haters.
Right.
Suddenly, a real legion of haters came out, and these two were sitting there. They say they weren't. They blame a hacker now. But they were sitting there, dude, and fighting the internet. internet.
Oh.
And they were saying shit like, we have love and Jesus. You losers have nothing.
Wow.
Like, it was
well,
like
that'll calm everyone down, right, Kevin?
Oh, my God. Dude, it was like an 11-year-old in 1999, like, first turned on the internet and had somebody say you're ugly. And they had no experience how to deal with negativity from strangers. And they just went after them, dude. And the shit they wrote was mind-bending. Now what's come out is he might get deported.
Yeah.
Because he lied.
And even more, for last week, they're saying he might get deported. Now they're saying they may get their complete own reality show.
They should.
Yeah,
they
probably
will. The problem is it'll be artificed.
Yeah.
But there was I don't think you could replicate it.
Do you have a clip of her? I want to hear.
I mean, I don't even know what.
If you go to YouTube and enter, this is how I watched it. I went to YouTube. Somebody from Canada put up a whole episode. Just go to YouTube. Get Amy.
I got the whole episode. I mean, you watch the entire.
Go to
Kevin,
go to when she sits him down and she's like toward back here, where they do the face-off, and he's just like...
that last scene?
Where he's like,
Kevin,
just back
but
shit.
how is she still in business? She's been in business 6 years
They closed,
with a shitty restaurant?
They closed down for a little while because they were getting, like, pounded after the
haters.
The
no, but before, how did she stay in business if her food sucks?
That's the thing.
Most restaurants fail.
That's where you sit there going, I understand why she's like, I'm losing my mind. They have enough business, people coming in, to actually stay afloat for 6 years, but... a couple, you can't please everybody, man. Some people are going to be like, I don't like your fucking
But now,
pizza.
if you saw the show and you were in that part of town, wouldn't you go there?
That's what. Well, they had people on the news. I watched the news report, and people were like, "I'm from Canada. I just saw them on TV. I gotta see these fuckers.
Dude, I'm going to send this back. I'm going to say it sucks. Watch this.
They're the anti-Honey Boo Boo, and as much as you're like, I hate these people so much.
Yeah.
Go play the little piece.
Because in one shot, they not only were taking on Facebook, but they were taking on Facebook, Yelp, and Reddit. All these two people who have a bad restaurant in Arizona.
And they talk about, like, the way they talk about the internet, it's like, these tweetings and the Facebookers.
They don't even get it, but they're trying to fight it.
They were calling them Reddits.
Yeah.
Reddits.
They don't even realize how futile internet battles are.
Forget it.
Play him talking to these
Yeah, let me hear some of this.
What would you like to clarify?
All right, hold on. Just set it up.
With
so this is the after, like, he came and
tried his best to change shit.
Had food with him and then worked with them in the kitchen that night. She closed the place early. They're sitting down the morning after to try to, like, come to terms, like, how can we go forward?
And he had just spoken to a couple of employees that used to work at the restaurant, and he goes, how long did you work there? And I think the guy said, like, 1.5 years. And they go, oh, how many employees did they go through? 50.
50.
He goes, 50. There's only 2 people hired at a time.
That's great.
Earlier in the episode, she fired the bus girl, the girl who acts as busboy.
That's the mind bender. In the middle of the show, they've got cameras running, and this chick, this is the moment. The little bus girl whose job it is to bring the food to the table.
She's like a 14-year-old blonde.
She's short as hell. She's nice. But I guess a few times during the evening, she was given the wrong table to bring food to. So the chick, wasn't Amy, she goes, here, this goes to table 5 or 6. And the little girl goes, are you sure? That's it. No more venom than that. Just like, are you sure? And she walks away and she goes, hey, yeah, I'm sure. And then she turns to her husband and goes, Sammy, send her home. I don't need that attitude.
Oh, my God.
And she fires her, right? She's like, you get out of here. She goes, don't turn around when I'm talking to you. You come back here.
Lunatic.
And the girl turns around and she goes, you're fired.
But isn't that part of it? That's why she did it on camera, probably, just because people like a tough boss or whatever.
No, I don't think so.
She's out of her mind.
She's
crazy.
Wow.
Well,
And just when you think that might have been edited,
Yeah.
Amy retells the story over and over, and she's like, and she looks at me and she goes, are you sure? I don't need that in my store. I don't need her. I'm her boss. She's not mine.
Wow.
I got to hear some of
Let's
her
hear
voice.
what she says.
I want to hear
guys.
this.
Let me take
nice
a look,
voice.
Sammy.
Sammy, today is a new day.
Yeah, I hope so.
You don't look very happy.
I'm exhausted. It's all. Yeah, I've never had this experience like this. It's disaster.
Okay. I've never had an experience like this.
Sammy,
either.
her husband, is Israeli or
We
something.
want to clarify a few things,
Please, should we sit down?
so there's no animosity.
Sit down.
He looks like he's got about 25 years on her as well.
Yeah.
What would you like to clarify?
He's the same age. He's just worn him out.
Were the comments you were saying to me last night while I was trying to focus on the food?
Yeah, she's beautiful.
This is what I can't stand. People that talk like my mother does this, where she's like, I just want to clarify about the situations that were happening last night per our discussions. Like, just like over.
They try to sound smarter.
Yes.
They try to sound smarter, and then they make a moot point.
And this guy, look at him. He's just so like,
he's defeated.
I hate my life.
He's defeated.
She fucks him, so he tolerates her.
She has sucked all the energy and life force out of him.
But he's a lunatic too.
And he references being a mobster. Like at one point, Ramsey gets up in his face where he's just like, where he goes, how would you like it if I told these people that you keep the tips? And he did, and then he turned around, and this dude got in his face. He's like, "You think you're a gangster? I am the gangster." And you're like, "This guy's gonna get killed in his
I'm the bad guy."
He's part of the Mossad.
Yeah.
And be open and honest.
Okay.
Okay? Because for me, this was about uncovering the truth. When I'm told that the raviolis are freshly made...
I didn't tell you that.
Can I finish?
Oh,
When your husband told me that the raviolis were fresh, I ordered them. And the raviolis were disgusting and not fresh. And if you're going to try and continue to pull wool over customers' eyes by sending them fake... Fresh made
She's just
raviolis,
rolling her eyes.
She's looking up.
That sends my alarm bells going. Now you may want to sit there and argue, but you're not prepared to understand that I'm here to show you what's right, and you can't take that.
I can. I'm ready for that. I have no problems with the food.
I told you about the burger, you refused to listen.
I did not. I
Every
asked
time
you
I tell
what
you
was
something,
wrong with it.
you come back with an excuse.
I kept
After
asking you
excuse,
what's wrong,
after
and you couldn't
excuse.
give me
I told
an
you
excuse.
the bun for the beef burger was soggy as any.
Flashback.
I've
There's
never
proof.
had a problem with that hamburger ever.
Her eyes are
You said
fucking...
the salmon burger was dry, but it was wet. Is it dry or is it wet? Which one is it?
One at a
It's a
time.
pussy.
No, you're confused. I'm not confused when we're talking about food. But the way you screamed at that young girl last night.
Would you let anybody come into your restaurant, in your kitchen, and speak to you the way that that kid spoke to me last night? Would you? Do you think we're going to let someone hold a gun to our head and we're going to give them our ass and let them do anything they want from us?
All she asked is,
No, she
are
did
you
it with
sure?
an attitude, a serious attitude. She's like, are you sure?
Flashback.
For me, are you sure? You don't need to question me, Katie. You can go home right now.
See how she explodes?
Just like out of nowhere.
She immediately like races out of the kitchen, even though.
Wait a minute. Let me ask a question. Let me play cunty advocate. Was that like had the boss made a mistake earlier and given the wrong one, like and said 3D, and then she was just going, "Are you sure? Like you fucked up before? Are
That's
you
what
sure
she's
now?"
referring to. It is. She definitely gave her a little bit of like, "Are you sure?"
Little attitude.
But not enough to warrant the fucking this chick being like, "Oh, off with her head," and like leaving the kitchen when they're at the height of their rush, while Gordon Ramsay is there judging them, and instead of focusing on
and cameraman in the kitchen with her.
There's like she even says there's 9 cameras around me. Instead of focusing on the task at hand,
of course,
she literally takes the time to chase this little girl out of the office and yell at her, berate her, and fire her.
This oatmeal is soggy. I'm just working on my new show. I got some oatmeal.
Is that what the show's called? I got some oatmeal.
Yeah. This oatmeal is soggy.
I like the British accent.
Yeah, that's dead on.
That's what we seem. Why do we like these cunty chefs? Your bun wasn't quite bunny enough. Oh, shut up! Just if you don't like the restaurant, don't go back.
This is actually a really.
I know, but
Kitchen Nightmares.
Watch how she won't take it, man.
She will not. Yeah, let me.
She did no wrong.
I love this.
It's like she directed Cop Out.
Well, waiting for a mistake.
But okay, we're going to forget this today.
Right.
We're going to start, if we continue the show, we're going to start from scratch.
I want to forget the word
me...
show. This is not a show for me.
No, I mean, I don't know what you
This
call
is
it.
a restaurant that's in crisis with a delusional owner that can't take criticism. So I'm going to tell you as it is. I met Jessica and Henry this morning, and I got told some awful things.
Listen to these
treat
figures.
staff. They have to clean cars in the middle of service because the boss wants his car cleaned.
That's true.
They make them wash their cars.
The guy goes, one time, Sammy made me wash his car.
What a couple of fucking
in the middle of dinner.
Oh,
and again, he keeps all the tips. So if you tip there, not even a percentage goes back to the wait staff. He gives them, instead of giving them like $2 an hour, he gives them $10 an hour and keeps their tips.
Funny.
Fuck
Which
that,
works
though.
out some more. $10 an hour is pretty good.
No. I think the tips, yeah.
Well, based on the service that you see in this episode, I can't imagine the tips are very high.
Yeah.
So maybe that's actually,
And then witnessing over 50 staff being fired in that short period of time.
Really, 50 staff.
50 staff.
You're saying that I have fired 50 staff since Jessica was here. You're saying that?
I am.
Can you prove that to me?
Here we go again.
50 staff?
Look at your eyes.
That's because you're saying
Look how bitter you are.
She does have crazy eyes. They get real wide and...
Listen to this.
She was wrong. 100 or even more than 100.
Her husband throws her under the bus
with
and goes,
100.
Not a 50. It was over 100 people that she's fired in the span of a year.
There's a firing holocaust going on at that fucking restaurant.
These cats don't trust anybody, man.
Wow. And it's 2 employees at a time. It's not like they can fire 20 people in one shot.
Right.
It's 2 at a time.
It wasn't like it's Black Friday.
Wait. There's been so many firing. Somebody better call the fire department. Am I right or wrong, guys?
Wrong.
Chip. You just know how to fucking bring the whole room down. You're just like, we're having fun. And you just...
She'll take us back. Press play.
Okay. Yeah, exactly.
This will save it, Jim.
That's actually worse than she told me.
Yes, it's worse, yes.
It's worse.
No, yes,
she knows.
It is.
I need a drink of water, excuse me.
Listen to her as she goes gets water.
I didn't eat or drink, and I have to drink water. Are you going to attack me for wanting to drink some water too? My God. I don't even know why we came back here. I'm going home.
She's a 16-year-old girl.
Yes. That's exactly what she sounds like.
I have a 13-year-old kid, and she doesn't even sound this immature, where she's just like, oh, my God, I'm just going home.
And she's like, I need water. And it's like, it was never about water. It's about, I got to get up and go home.
And she asked them to be there.
Yeah.
They want it. You should see him when he first arrives. These two are just like, oh, Chef Ramsay, put it here.
Guarantee with her delusion, she probably thought this, like, he's going to come here and be like, I don't have to do anything. You people are fucking perfect.
You're brilliant.
You're brilliant.
Right.
This is the best food and service. And then she'd be like, this is going to be great for us because they say. And then he comes in and like, everything's wrong. And she loses her mind.
Or she thought the suggestions would be like really banal. Like, you've got to put blue plates with the crab because blue plates highlight crab.
That's like the biggest thing.
He hits her recipe, like he hits her in the heart because she's the head chef. So he goes after her. He's just like, there are some things you're putting together here that no human being would ever aioli and this together. It's aioli and something he was real tight about. Why would you ever? And then he's like, hummus with red pepper. What are you out of your mind? He like attacks every one of her dishes. And he even says, he press play. He says like, look, you guys, you got way too many dishes for this smaller kitchen. And he's being practical. He's like, just take some shit off. And she won't hear it, dude.
And she starts saying, all right, it's like he's never heard of a flavor profile.
And he's a fucking chef. And she's a chef, too, but he is the chef.
And very successful. Let's get to the end of this episode.
You find out.
I know we got to get Kevin out of here. You were supposed to leave 10 minutes ago.
Was that? How does he shave.com? Back to this.
The reason that she never gets complaints is because every time a customer sends a dish back to the kitchen, they just throw the food out. They don't tell her that.
No, why would they?
They're too scared to tell her.
There's a moment in the episode where her husband's throwing people out. They've been waiting for a pizza for over an hour. They get it. It's cold. They don't like it. They complain. He's like, you get out. Or they didn't even get their pizza. He was charging them. They didn't even get theirs. These two guys who were waiting, he started fighting with them after they're like, it's been an hour and a half. We haven't even had our pizza. We just had drinks. He's like, you get out of here. And he's like, wait, you pay. And they're like, pay? We didn't eat it. And so like, you got to pay for your drinks. He's like, you call the cops. And so she's going, I'm going to the kitchen to call the cops. Then he shuts her down in a way that's real suspicious. Like, no cops, no cops.
No cops. Oh, fuck.
Amy's in the kitchen going, oh, look at these two. Where's my pizza?
She's making fun of them on camera, doing a Riri voice and stuff.
Are they on Twitter or no?
They are on Facebook.
Are they handling the criticism well?
No.
Some hackers.
They handled it so poorly that the HuffPost has had 3 top 10 stories about just their Facebook explosion.
Yeah, this whole story has gone viral. I just didn't know what it was completely about.
But they can't give them their own show. Like, that would ruin it.
Yeah, they'd over-dramatize things and like for them.
Yeah, of course.
Please.
Here you go.
Drink some water too. My God. I don't even know why we came back here. I'm going home.
Now you're going home?
This is such Nobody even is listening to me. They're going to go by Jessica.
She's whining.
Unbelievable. These people are incredible.
She's a teenager, man. But she's got to be 30, so
She's right, though.
I come here to be abused by a restaurant. I want to go home.
Just cool down.
All we've done, all of this happened is we have been attacked.
That's right.
Attacked.
Attacked.
Why are you behaving like this?
Because I'm insulted. You verbally insulted me yesterday,
right.
and I held my
told you
tongue
the
out of
truth.
class. I didn't tell you the truth. I didn't
Why are you
say
pointing?
nasty things to you.
Really?
Okay, really, I didn't really.
When I told you about the burger, you refused to listen.
You don't understand. You're judging me on you coming in here, disrupting the entire service. I've been doing this.
Disrupting?
You did disrupt us last night. How could I focus when you're
What about
on
my
my
lunch?
food? When you're standing here
What about
talking
when you
to my
cooked
husband.
for me?
What about when I cooked for you?
Who disrupted you then?
Everybody. What are you talking about?
She's right.
Blaming everybody again.
I do my best so our
my
business doesn't
God.
close because we can't find qualified people. You go get Miranda and that little Katie and Jessica, bring them here
The only
and
reason-
let me see how they work.
won't come back
Will
in
you
here.
do that? Of course.
They're-
Oh,
Do you know what? They're scared of you.
They're
And they're
scared.
embarrassed. But unfortunately, you convince yourself in your little Amy's world that everything you cook, touch, send. It's perfect.
Love it.
I do not.
Listen to the music,
What?
too, to be
Am I
honest.
arguing?
Dun, 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 dun.
White truffle.
Well, let me show you some. Can I show you reviews? Hundreds of
Oh,
reviews
no.
that are excellent that
Oh,
you
no.
didn't write that
Not
are from
the
real
bullies on the
customers.
internet
No,
again.
good reviews. Real customers that have supported us for
Look
6
at the way
years.
look at the way.
You're attacking my
Look at the
business and
way-
my life. This is
I'm
all
telling
I
you the
do is
problems.
live this life every day. You're not telling me the problems. You are saying I'm delusional, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this. Can we talk about what we came here to speak about?
The music is manic.
I want them to
You told me to be
honest.
honest
I am always
about the
honest.
problems that you've had, that you cannot talk to your wife, and the issues that she can't take criticism before I met
That's
you.
fine. I have no problem saying that.
That's fine. I think you're too far gone.
Okay, then let's end the show. You think I'm too far gone? There's no hope. Yalla, yalla.
What is yalla?
Christmas. Let's
Yalla?
go home.
It's like a Middle Eastern thing.
Like YOLO?
Okay.
I thought it was at first.
I can't help people that can't help themselves and cannot ever take 1 ounce of criticism.
His sum up isn't very good. Here
And
it
if you're not
comes.
willing to change, I'm not going to butt heads, argue, scream, whatever you want to say. But this is not normal. And it's not normal for a restaurant to go through that many staff. It's not normal for a kitchen that small to have 65 items on the menu. And it's not normal for the level of animosity that you've built inside this restaurant and outside. You have the right to run the business the way you want to run your business.
Here it is.
I have the right to do the right thing.
The right.
He was doing so
He
well.
was fucking
Terrible.
cranking.
Until the end.
He became David Brent.
I have
right
the
there.
right to do the right thing.
Yeah, no,
That
it's
was
just like
it.
he
And he
it
walked
got
out.
away from him like a salmon.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll bet you this helps, though. I'll bet you this helps her business. People
course it
will go.
will.
Oh,
The
it
internet
will.
comments were great because like she takes pride in her desserts, and they established that from the beginning.
Oh, no.
And people just start leaving comments on Yelp and Facebook. They're just like, "Hey, you know those desserts are store bought? Fuck you, they're not store bought. You need Jesus."
Dude, she just has a suit of triggers.
Yes.
And all you have to do is blow wind in her general direction and it lights off.
I
If
love
people
it.
want more, go to Huffington Post for this.
This is
and
if I saw it
BuzzFeed
on
has a whole
YouTube.
thing,
Yeah, okay.
There's a
YouTube,
kitchen
I heard about it. I
nightmares.
just
They put up the
didn't
whole
dig in,
episode.
man.
I'm gonna have to watch that whole episode
Absolutely.
when I get
I'm
home.
telling you, man,
You
it's
got to.
it's worth
good.
it just to watch that dude go, "I am a gangster."
Hi, gangster.
To,
He's
to
like,
Gordon Ramsay was like, "I didn't
Israeli
say I was a
mafia.
gangster."
he's like, "Fuck me, I will fuck you."
Oh, it's amazing.